Hey everyone, my name is John Welsh. This is my service project presentation. As part of what my project was, wash the 2 airplanes for the local branch of the Civil Air Patrol. So the overview for this project demonstrate servant leadership by partnering myself, my family, my friend's family, with the Civil Air Patrol to get their airplanes cleaned. So a couple of objectives for this project. One, I wanted to provide a servant leadership to get a project done that not many people would want to do, cleaning dirty airplanes. Two, I wanted to build a relationship between myself and the Civil Air Patrol. And three, I wanted to expose my kids and my friends' kids to volunteering and to get them around airplanes. Action plan timeline for my project: get to the airport about 1, start cleaning the airplanes about 1:30 after we finish introductions, meeting Joel, the commander of the local Civil Air Patrol, and familiarizing ourselves with the layout. Clean the airplanes 1:30 to 3:30, and then clean up the area and just bid farewell to Joel and the other Civil Air Patrol guys there. Contingency plan: if it rained or the weather was bad, plan was to get in the hangar on the field and be able to wash them in there, and then also wanted to maintain flexibility in the dates of implementation in case there was a schedule conflict between me and or Jacob, my friend. So anticipated leadership strengths. Anticipated the leadership strengths to be achiever and includer. And the description of the project. So I wanted to do a dry wash of the aircraft, which is a spray-on wipe-off, clean the interior, vacuum clean the interior, and wash the windscreens. So it was on a 172 and a 182 for the Civil Air Patrol. Here's the team members. That's myself in the blue shirt on the far right, and then Levi's next to me. It's my son, and then my other 2 boys, Jed and Curtis. Curtis is on the shoulders of Jed, and my wife Christina is behind them. And then Jacob and Susan. They're off to the left side, and their daughters Chloe and McKinley. Chloe is the taller one, McKinley is the shorter one. So this is where we clean the airplanes at Falcon Field in Peachtree City, Georgia. Nice little airport. Weather was beautiful that day, partly cloudy, nice and warm. So the purpose of the project, kind of stated this earlier, but it provides a useful service to an organization that gives back to the community. CAP, they do search and rescue missions. They do kind of cadet program for the Air Force. They're always involved and invested in the community. And then, just like I said before, establish a relationship with the Civil Air Patrol, and then expose my kids and my friends' kids to volunteering in airplanes. So I originally tried to do this on February 13th of this year, but due to really bad weather, ended up not being able to get in the hangar. I had to push it to the 28th. As I said, 28th, beautiful weather. Worked out really well. Everything pretty much went according to plan. Had a little bit of, almost ran out of cleaning supplies. More on that later. A couple pictures of us cleaning. As you can see, the kids stayed involved and engaged. Had a really good time. So, as I anticipated, the required leadership skills were includer and achiever. So I was correct on that. My personal strengths: I am an achiever. So keeping everybody on task, motivated, doing a good job, thorough job, and doing it in a timely manner, no problem. Includer, not so much my strength. So I had to try to make a conscious effort to make sure everybody was included, engaged, and felt like they were part of the project. A couple dynamics. So I just moved to Atlanta back in December. So didn't really know anyone in Atlanta. The one guy I tried to get out of Atlanta, he had just had shoulder surgery, so he was unable to help. So I ended up getting my friend from Chattanooga to help out, but because of the travel distance, it was a bit more dynamic to getting the time we could both be available. And then took a little bit to find a Civil Air Patrol branch that had airplanes to wash. The one closest to me did not, so I had to go down to the Peachtree City one, which is a little farther away. And then getting cleaning supplies for the project. There was a local cleaning company that specializes in cleaning airplanes, and they were awesome. Gave me some compounds, some towels, pads, that kind of stuff. Worked out really well. And then when we started doing the project, everybody worked together great as a team. No issues there. So my friend Jacob, also an achiever, on task, no problem, motivated everybody. My wife and my friend's wife, they were both have included strengths, so they did really well keeping the kids involved, engaged, and everybody feeling like they were part of the project. A couple of quotes from the end after the project or during the project. One of the pilots for the Civil Air Patrol just commented, "Wow, they ought to fly a couple knots faster now," referring to the airplanes and how clean they were. Just Jacob commenting on the cleaning supplies. Joel was impressed with how well we maintained the kids' interest, and then Chloe just saying how yucky the bottom of the planes were. They were pretty covered up with grime. So, in hindsight, I would have procured more cleaning supplies just to make sure we had enough. The planes were dirtier than I anticipated, and cleaning supplies did not go quite as far as I anticipated. Everything else went really well. So my advice is double the amount of cleaning supplies you would procure if you were going to do this project. Better to end up with extra at the end than to kind of almost run out or run out. Here's a couple before and after photos. You can see the forward part of the picture, nice and shiny. Half part, pretty grimy, yucky. The left picture here is the after picture. You can see it nice and clean. Right, you got all the grime on it and pretty yucky. There's some more photos of the implementation, and that brings me to an end of my presentation. I appreciate y'all's time in watching this.